That's according to the scripture.
And according to the scriptures, America's gonna be destroyed. All right? All right, go ahead, brother.
All right. It's the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
The elites know who we are. See, the elites, they understand that history repeats itself. So the elites know that when they see these men on the highways and the byways talking about the downfall of society, there's no new thing under the sun. So that's a sign. This is a sign. How it says in 1 Corinthians, the Jews seek for a sign. This is a sign. And I was just watching a YouTube video, 5 signs that an empire is about to collapse. And it named everything that America's going through. And the signs were written by philosophers from like 1000 BC. No, like 500 BC. You know, but it was signs that an empire is about to collapse. And one of it was like climate change, like famine. Another one was like a poor economy system. So like how like America's economy system, it is how it self-pollutes. Like its chemicals and its waste and the plastic in the ocean. That's a sign of a society that's on its way out. Of course, you have like different parties against each other. There's a great disparity between the poor and the rich. Those are all signs that the society is on the way out. Bread and circuses have been a distraction. It's one of the more common ones. Like the Roman Empire had what the bread and circuses. They always had games. They always had horse races. What's horse races? NASCAR. They always said gladiators. What's that? MMA, UFC. All right? They bombard you with entertainment, also known as bread and circuses, to distract you from the fact that you are in a declining, collapsing empire, man.
Circling the drain.
Circling the drain.
Yep.
All right?
Got you, brother.
Let's go.
All right. The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets.
And if we endure, brothers, we'll get that reward that we got a prelude to in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. At that commencement ceremony, with Yahweh Shai put crowns on our head and palms in our hands, man. All right?
Reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
And the Spirit was on me to meditate on this a few months ago, a while back. Esau has a poor cycling system. Like Gad was your people. Gad was really good at making sure everything cycled back to Mother Nature. I'm sorry, Mother Earth. All right? Amma Aratazah. All right? Meaning that if you killed the deer, guess what? You utilize everything in that deer. You killed the buffalo, you utilize everything in that buffalo.
And then the way that they would kill the animal, it was merciful. You know, like, for example, the way they, kill a deer, like, it was more merciful. It'd be quick, and they'll, so like, the animal really kind of will understand what's happening. But then he got certain machines where you'll throw, let's say, a cow or a goat in a machine that kind of like someone, it kind of like tortures them as it breaks their body down, man. They got certain videos of that, the way that they take out the animals.
Like the machine that they break anything like this, you just go down the middle of it.
And they just throw it up in their hole. That's completely merciless, man.
And this is the thing. Everything, like Esau creates things that doesn't go back to the earth. And it chokes the earth out. Plastic is not biodegradable. So when you throw it in land, guess what? It never decomposes. So it pollutes the land. Styrofoam is not biodegradable. So when they dump it in these landfills, and guess what? It emits so much pollutants in the ozone layer. All right? Millions of cars in the city, all right, emitting all type of CO, carbon, whatever. All right, guess what? That's concentrated pollution. You got people that's actually dying from pollution. Outside of their diet, they're actually dying from air pollution, man. All right? What else? You have deforestation. Can you read that again? I would destroy the earth. You know how much, like, in Brazil, there's a big section in Brazil that's really instrumental in our respiratory system, man. Those trees, mainly in South America, All right, that's very instrumental in us breathing. And guess what? They're getting destroyed for what? Industrialization. See, we don't look at America how Yahweh Bahasham Shai looks at America. The way the prophets looked at America and the way the Most High illustrated America, this is the place that's destroying life on earth in every aspect, all right? You're not supposed to be able to get a divorce over some little petty BS. And the reason why I mention divorce, because marriage is a structure that reproduces life. You see? All right.
All right. Again, this is back in Revelation chapter 18 and Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
And who is the them that destroy the earth? You got your okay, I'm gonna let y'all hear.
Like it say, the nations was angry too, man. So the nations not looking for salvation when Yahweh shall come back. They angry, man, because they know it's time for them to go into captivity. They know what time it is.
Yep.
You know, so like the scriptures say, man, the nations is angry. What else it say?
And thy wrath is come.
Right, his wrath is come, man. You know. Who go here, bro?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 24. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, says the Lord.
All the evil you've done in Zion. But it said Babylon. So they're doing evil to, because we're the people before we're the place. So what they're doing to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native American, Latino Americans, all right, that's Zion. That's why I said the wicked watching over the righteous and seeking to slay him. Public school system, all right? Processed food in the hood, man. Single parent households being subsidized, man. The drugs being permeated in our neighborhoods, man. All right, the secret shit he do, man.
Yeah, it's heavy sorcery being done to our people.
Black culture, street culture, feminism, Christianity. Those enchantments on our people, man. We're under a spell. Read that from the top again.
And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, says the Lord.
Yep. So Babylon, yeah, this is a great word, man. Hit the wall, man. Babylon, hit the wall, man. But the point is, man, you about to get bit. You about to get, what's that called? Most I'm about to judge you for what you've done to our people. All right, brother, hold us up.
Yes.
Okay, come.
Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said Yahweh Shai.
Oh, destroying government. Mountain spiritually means government. The American hegemony, I think that's how you pronounce it, hegemony, man. Which is it's that hidden government behind the other governments. Because all the atrocities that happen on earth, America's usually behind it. A perfect example was the Iranian puppet leadership. The Ayatollah. What was that puppet leader in Iran that America was behind? I forget his name, but it was not the one that got killed, but I think he just got exiled. It's like 1979. He was a puppet leader in Iran, and basically they used him to spread westernization in Iran. All right, but they made the movie called the movie with Tom Cruise, man. Just when you speak on the slips your mind. Basically, it's an example of hegemony. America being behind someone else's government, but they're playing out America's agenda. All right.
Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said Yahweh Shai, which destroys all the earth.
Destroys all the earth. A brother brought out a picture of different countries before America embedded it during the War on Terror. So it was different countries in the Middle East got decimated by the bombing from Americans, man. But this is not even this. We're talking about from 2023 going back to what, the 1500s. When you came to the Western world on those ships, you shifted the ecosystem. The earthworm is native to America. I want to say the cockroach is native to America. The rat is native to America. The way America looked 500 years ago is not the America now. But not just America, Africa, Central South America. You shifted everything. You stripped them of their resources, man. You are a counselor to existence. While you put us on WLBT, the local news, every morning, You're on your How About Hashem Yahushai's local news every morning. You're the convict in real time. All right?
And I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rock and will make thee a burnt mountain.
Yep. And in other words, you're going to get destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. You're going to, because what did it say in Luke? I've seen Satan as lightning fall from heaven, meaning you're going to lose your rulership. Right now, you're suffering from hubris. You think that you can't lose your rulership. Everybody think, and this is, I've heard Israelites say this, you know, white men always be in power. That's how it always has been. That's how it's always going to be. Not thus said the Lord, though.
Yeah, you even got lesser luminaries. For example, you have this one philosopher, Aldous Huxley. He pushed that. But you have a lot of people, they believe, well, he called them the controlling oligarchy. And he said, who've always existed and always will exist. So, going back to Maya Angelou Bauer, like the beginning, you know, of the so-called Illuminati, the Rothschild family, basically, like with this deception, it's so deep with them, they actually feel like they go back, but you do go back. You go back to the serpent, but you have not always been in power.
And that's another deception. So you hold something else, that's right.
So Isaiah chapter 24, starting at verse 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty and making it waste, and turning it upside down, and scattered abroad the inhabitants thereof.
Yep.
Verse 2 in the NLT, priests and lay people, servants and masters, maids and mistresses, buyers and sellers, lenders and borrowers, bankers and debtors, none will be spared. Verse 3 in the KJV, the land will be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for the Lord has spoken this word.
And it goes into Isaiah 13, the Arabs should not pitch tent there. Hey, because can you fathom this place being a desert? America's been in power so long, if you're not in the spirit, it's hard to fathom, like the so-called white man losing his power. An example of that was Planet of the Apes, the 1968 Charles Heston edition. When at the end of the movie, he realized that he wasn't in some parallel universe. He was in the end of America. America was a desert. They had the Statue of Liberty's arm sticking out the soil, man. You know?
Verse 4 NLT, the earth mourns and dries up, and the crops waste away and wither. Even the greatest people on earth waste away. The earth suffers for the sins of its people, for they have twisted God's instructions, violated his laws, and broken his everlasting covenant.
Oh, isn't the one the earth?
Okay, the KJV too. Isaiah 24 and 5 KJV and the NLT KJV. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
And what embodies that defilement? I would say westernization. If you could put it in one word, it's westernization. Because that defiles the mind of the people. All right?
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Right, because when you came into power, you as a king, you still supposed to uphold the laws of the Most High. That's in Wisdom of Solomon 6. They that desire thrones, man, you still gotta use the Most High's guidelines, man. That's how you have justice under your empire, man. Hey, like that building over there across the street that you pointed out last week, that's Moses sitting on top of that courthouse.
Right.
You know? But you're not following the 10 Commandments. You're not following any of the commandments.
Yeah, then they had a Egyptian feast over there.
Yep.
You know? Show America the shadow of Egypt.
That's right.
You only been to that one over there.
Hey, verse 5 NLT. The earth suffers for the sins of its people, for they have twisted the Most High's instructions, violated his laws, and broken his everlasting covenant.
I call it a popsicle stick because you uphold the kingdom with the laws, standards, and commandments of Yahweh Shai. Those are the pillars, right? That uphold your empire. But you ever built a house out of popsicle sticks? You know. Now imagine dropping something on it. All right. You can't up. You know like those architecture houses. You can't actually inhabit that shit. It's not sturdy. But the laws of Yahweh are sturdy. That's why this is a weak empire, man.
Edom playing, what's that game? Jenga?
Jenga. one little piece missing and the whole it collapsed. That's why humanity is weak, and that's why people are sick, because they've been defiled by the philosophies of the serpent, man. All right.
Like I said, you twisted the Most High's instructions. You don't keep the land Sabbath.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You got all these alphabet communities running rampant. You know, like you're going into all that produces death because there's no more reproduction when you live that way.
It's systems. That's why we can't ride with the pastors. Got to get rolled through the spirit, man. The Old Testament done away with. You go into the laws, man. That's for governing the people. King Solomon asked for wisdom. When the Most High put King Solomon in power, he said, "Give me the wisdom to govern your people." Those 613 laws of the Most High, those are different facets of government. That's why Leviticus 25, like you said, the land Sabbath. You got the year of Jubilee. Then you got the ordinances of a servant versus a Hebrew servant. This is how you treat a foreign servant. This is how you treat a Hebrew servant. All right? And this is how you inherit land. If a Hebrew falls into debt, he goes 7 years in a servitude, but then he's released. All right? Then he goes back to the land that his ancestors possessed.
He's set up.
He's set up, man. The Most High got all types of systems for sovereignty. That's why you don't understand the laws if you was born in America, because you weren't meant to be living in an apartment all your life. You was meant to inherit land from your granddad. And it's systems to order that shit. Not shit. It's systems to order that, man.
And it's something about Jake's spirit, even if you haven't grew up on a farm, like when you get around what they call farm animals, like we got an attachment, like it's spiritual. That's us.
And this is our planet. It's our planet, man. He so act like he just loved dogs so much, but he destroyed everything else. All right.
Two more verses. Therefore, a curse consumes the earth.
Yep.
Its people must pay the price for their sin.
Esau's rulership, the so-called white man's rulership, that's the earth that covers the earth. Okay, Salak. That's the curse that covers the earth. You remember the Lion King? When Scar came into power, the earth was under a curse. It will produce. That's how you know the earth is under a curse. It's not producing.
It's a scar. You got a mark.
I would put a scar on Cain, man. I'll put a mark. I'm sorry. I'll put a mark, which was that mark was lepers. That mark was lepers. Because another thing that you turn upside down was melanin. Melanin is the beauty of the earth. Melanin is the beauty of the Most High's people. I was watching a skin bleaching video last night with all the celebrities that bleached their skin. And it made me want to fucking cry. I almost wanted my heart cried, man. You saw like Lil Kim in the early 90s. You watch like a recent thing of Lil Kim. Nicki Minaj was darker. I know Brandy was darker. Even India.Arie was darker. All right? And India.Arie was boosting dark skinned women's self-esteem about being dark. But what's that baseball player? Yeah, that's why it is on there, man. Yeah. But why? And they had all type of little dumb excuses. But we all know it's the influence of the serpent.
Yeah.
Because it's all under so-called white supremacy. And your psyche, you think that's superior. And you don't understand it. That's the Cain's descendants, Esau's descendants. That's the anomaly on earth. That if you was an Israelite with so-called vitiligo, you was the anomaly. You was the cursed one. All right?
Bro, I was doing a ride share, speeding lights got in the car, and like they instantly start speaking about color. I guess like just you getting like, oh shit. I guess they must have felt cursed. They was like, oh, dark skin is so beautiful. Like they were saying, we can't stand out in the sun like that. And it was just so random.
Yeah, it's because look, brothers different shades, right? It's just different. Because look, that melanin, they got the iridescence. Like you have moves in the sun. Like you got that tiger eye, right? Tiger eye, labradorite. It has something called iridescence, to where it sheens in the sun. It's that the glow goes back and forth. Your melanin does that. The Most High made us like gemstones, man.
Hey, Opal like that too.
Oh, I can't forget about Opal. I can't forget about Opal. That's my stone, man.
I gotta give out the same energy as the sun, so it works as the sun.
It's the hey, you're right, bro. And guess what? We absorb their energy, man. So, we're the most. That's why I said I will make up my jewels.
Lively stone.
We're lively stone. We're Yahweh Bahashim Shai's gemstones, man. So, and there's no shade to like brothers that's Israelite foreigners that look like whatever.
Right.
But it's generally that part of that turning things upside down was your standard of beauty, and it affected our people. It affected our people, man. You got tattoos all over your body. Like, first of all, that's a sin. Why are you covering? You are a jewel.
Right.
Like, you look at the statues of the Moors. Those statues like a bronze jewel, and we like bronze jewels of different shades, man. So why don't you cover all that shit up, man? Why don't you cover all type of markings, you know? And because the Most High, when we get the kingdom, man, He's gonna take that curse from the Israelites' mind. We're gonna see reality for what it is. We're gonna see beauty for what it is. All right.
They are destroyed by fire, and only a few are left alive.
Let's call that fire ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Because when anytime that's that fire like that, that's a reset. This firefighters put me on game. I'm quite sure you already know about this. He said what they do, they purposely set land on fire to reset the soil. So after they set it on fire, the soil is reset and it produces like a superior crop. So the fire resets everything, man.
Like it showed on CNN, like a quick episode dealing with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and for the descendants of that people that was there, so many generations later, like that land, it looks more beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, like all types of exotic gardens going and stuff like that. But the fire had it happen.
Yep. Because fire is a cleansing agent. You know.
This last verse right here said, "The new wine morning, the vine languishes, all the merry-hearted lose sight."
Hey, and look, the way of the West drinks merry hearts, man. It just said it would be like the days of Noah. So it just so happens that every major city in America is always a party. The city is a party in itself. I want to say Jackson. Jackson don't be having shit going. But Memphis, New Orleans, LA, New York, Atlanta, even Jackson, all the cities under the Western way is always a party. But you watch like those countries that's like very traditional and they're outside of the Western sphere, man, at 12 o'clock, everybody gotta pray. Like certain parts of Iran, 12 o'clock, everybody get outside and they gotta pray. Can you imagine that? It's like it's no clubs or no bars in certain countries, man. You know?
You know, like the ordinance that King Nebuchadnezzar put into place.
Yep.
Yeah, it's simple.
You know, similar to that.
Yeah.
How that at that a single hour, all were mandated to pray unto an idol.
Yeah.
You know, but imagine if the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes, you know, had a certain time to where they had to turn and face the east and pray unto Yahweh.
Man,
Yahweh.
brother, that's so beautiful.
And that's beautiful you brought that out. Daniel 6, it said when he was under that captivity of Babylon, he faced the east and prayed 3 times a day. All right? And then, like you said, going into them high holy days, that was our feast day. That was our great, coming to get called out, to call in.
Didn't King David say that too in the Psalms?
What was that?
How you pray 3 times a day?
I think he did.
Yep.
It's a few scriptures that says that.
Yeah.
Yeah, morning, noon, and night.
That's-
Scripture goes into that.
Right, so this is why the earth this is why everyone, like I said, the mirror heart is turned into Sinai. This is why nobody is truly happy. Like the brother going into the people in America, they be partying to cover up how they really feel. These people not really happy, because right after they party the next day, you know what I'm saying? You can see everybody's spirit, man. What's happening? Right, come. It's right back to slavery, it's right back to captivity. So all under the rulership of Esau Edom.
This is Jeremiah chapter 12 and verse 4. How long shall the land mourn and the herbs of every field wither?
And that's right now. How long should the land mourn and the earth's every field wither? Look at the condition of this planet under the authority of Edom. Jake even got that acronym in the world. That's not what America means, but it does in the spirit, under Satan's authority. USA under Satan's authority, Jake was saying that. But that's really what it is, though. Because America's Babylon the Great. This is the problem with the earth. This is the cancer of the earth. Even Joe Rogan said that. Go ahead, brother.
How long shall the land mourn and the herbs of every field wither? For the wickedness of them that dwell therein.
See, because the key problem is the mindset of the people. And the mindset of the people is this way because of you. Because mindsets affect society, because everything you put out, it starts up here. It all begins in your mind. You know, and basically everyone is under your vibration. We live in the paradigm of the devil. You know, the paradigm of Edom is patterned after your mind. That's why you have these alphabet, you know, people out here. You know, you can't even, you know, wear a rainbow. We're supposed to be a holy, sacred symbol because of these damn people, man.
Yep.
You know, like you messed it all up. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you got single parent households and Eve want to, you know, jump off, you know, and that's dangerous. You know, just spreading disease and, you know, going from man to man, like, and never satisfied, but that all goes back to you. You know?
Got a quick reset for you?
Go ahead, bro.
This Isaiah 9:16, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
Oh, and the depth to it, Edom, he will use your own people to do it too. You know? And that's why, man, call like Yahweh Shai, he said he set forth his apostles last. After all these different so-called truth movements, he set up his men at the end. That's how we know we in the end now. Because this word is changing things. But the leaders of our people calls them the error, we get the word error. They got you going off. You know, you listen to Apostle Geno Jennings, and he's just one guy. But all these false preachers, man. Okay? But it say you led them, you're gonna be destroyed, because ultimately the Lord is setting them up to see if you're gonna follow what they say, man. You know, because the scriptures say, wide is the way and broad is the gate that lead up to destruction.
Right.
You know, so ultimately the path of truth is supposed to be narrow, but the Lord, he's giving you both, the red pill and the blue pill, all right? You got the red pill and the blue pill, which one you gonna choose, all right? That's what it's all about. Going back to what our forefather Moses told us, you know, that the Lord set before us, you know, life and death. And see, for Jake, you can come to find out, he had us telling the truth the whole time, you know, because like the beloved Apostle Tahar, he was speaking about earlier, we got to stay in the prophecies, man. You know, now every once in a while we'll speak on different things, we'll even get into the history, but what's messing guys like vocab and them up is the prophecies. And that's how you know who the Lord set up. Because these different guys outside the Great Millstone, they not going into the prophecies. It's like the elder speaking on what we saying, really, that's dealing with world events, man. You know what the elite are doing, you know?
Yeah, they still just reading it for face value.
Yeah.
Basically, they're just reading words and coming up with their own private interpretations,
Right.
but the Spirit's not dealing with them enough to even understand the forecasted events, which are the prophecies.
Yep.
Because the prophecies are really what we're living for in these last days.
That's it, bro. Yep. That's the key to our freedom. What's written? Start, bro. Okay.
Testimony on your house, shit.
Those are in there.
All right, you got it.
The beasts are consumed and the birds because they said, he shall not see our last end.
And if that don't scare the shit out your ass, man, hey, back in 09, it's a beautiful testament. I know these brothers remember it. After we got into our scuffle or whatever with the Edomites, the Lord set up to where this brother was able to get us out, and we went to see that movie, The Knowing. As you watch that movie, The Knowing, you got that boy Caleb, who pretty much received a vision of what the Lord was going to do in the movie, basically destroying the society by fire. You know, but they showed this one scene. Basically, they had an angel pointing outside the window, and everything was on fire. He was looking in the woods, and the animals on fire, deer, you know, just everything burns. And what they do, that shows you the Lord pissed off. All right, you got it, bro. Let's say something. Okay, Slap, go ahead.
It's on Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 5. For Israel has not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel.
Yep, because the Lord dealing with the people, man. Because you look at the actual condition of our land right now, you like, man, sheesh. Like, you know, but the Lord, he's so beautiful, he gonna clean our land up too. First he starting with the people,
Yep.
but then he gonna clean our land up. And we going back to that land, bro. In style, like, it's gonna be so beautiful, and that's the moment we waiting for. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it goes back to the people concept too, because it says that the land is defiled by the inhabitants thereof. You know what I'm saying? Because people find it hard to believe that this race of people, this nationality of people, Esau, Edom, is the devil on planet Earth. it's hard for them to swallow and digest that particular concept, but it's just the truth.
Right. Like you said, when you look at his track record, everything he creates, it destroys life in general, man.
Yeah.
All the life on earth, like the plants, the animals, everything had the spirit of the Most High in it, man.
Right.
And everything Esau comes up with, it don't add to nature, it actually destroys nature. And that's why Gad had a problem.
Yeah. And how you know that? Because the scriptures state that the fir trees shall rejoice.
Huh? The animals, right? Yeah, but it's right.
Yeah.
When this man take it down, it said the fir trees shall rejoice, because now that there's no fella to come against it. Who's that fella?
Huh?
Yeah, because you had deforestation because of this man. You know, the Amazonian forest in South America. You know, another title for it is the lungs of the earth. You're the one cutting down all the trees. You that fella. And chopping everything down. And like, why? And, you know, to what avail? You know, it's reckless, man.
Because the elder said, the Most High Spirit is in all the plants, the trees. All right, Wisdom of Solomon 12:1. For thy incorruptible spirit is in all things.
Yep.
Right.
That's how you
Man.
got. See, that's what the scriptures teaches us, man. This is how you got to look at everything.
Yeah, that's true.
The Most High Spirit is in everything, man.
Yeah.
The animals, the trees, the plants. You know what I'm saying? All this is because even that word beast in Genesis, when it said the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. But you know who the serpent is? It's going into Esau. But guess what? That word beast is, I forget the Hebrew word, but it goes into any living thing. So it's just going to every, you know what I'm saying? All life, you know, because it goes into the plants, any living thing. The word beast right there.
And back in the garden, those beasts were the other nations, man.
Huh?
You know, you the lowest of the low. You know, the Most High, he's speaking hip talk, you know. But hey, like the elder was saying, the Lord's Spirit and everything, and that's why you about to be judged, because you affected everything that belongs to him. You know?
Psalm 104:30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth. Because, and like I said, we're all offsprings of Yahweh.
Or then it say, thou renewest the face of the earth. Something else, Apostle Hart was speaking about earlier, reincarnation, man. And that's what's tripping these Christians up. The very fact that our Heavenly Father can bring you back, you know?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like he brought everybody back, even kingdoms, because America, what you always going to it, this ain't nothing but Rome reloaded.
Yep, that's right.
It's Rome coming back.
He cycled back a kingdom. He brought a kingdom back.
Yeah.
You know? But hey, because like Elder Yeshua said, Yahweh's spirit is in all what they call sentient beings, is in all things, man. Even a stone.
Right.
You know? Even cars. Like,
Because it's made from the elements.
It's made from the elements.
Yep, and that trips Sakari them up. You know, when the apostle said that too, that your car got a spirit, which you know, you had your car long enough, like you got a connection, which it's like a beast. You know what I'm saying? Because everything living, like, you know.
Because if you go into a book about gemstones, they got like a periodic makeup of all the gemstones. So all the gemstones got a periodic makeup, and it's like it might say iron. There's like little letters for iron. It might say magnesium and the letters for magnesium. But it's like a spiritual makeup.
Everything made of atoms, man. You know what I'm saying? We made of atoms. Everything you see, because everything is made by man. You know what I'm saying? So man putting their mind together to make these cars, but from what? Where do they get the material from? Ultimately, Yahweh, so his spirit is in everything. You gotta.
Then he imitates the human body with most of his creations. He imitates things that the Most High created. Like an engine is like what the heart of a car, you know. And this is the end of
And the car is nothing but a replica of a horse. You know, a horse and a camel is supposed to represent the old age of being carried.
Well, you know, one of those vans, they call it a caravan. Now, a caravan, I looked it up, it's like a group of travelers with their camels. So, a group of like merchants with their camels. So, showing you like a van is like a camel, you know?
They always do everything by horsepower, like you wanted to.
And it's the NLT of what I just read, the New Living Translation. When you give them your breath, life is created, and you renew the face of the earth. So we're all offsprings, because we sprung off the spirit and energy of what they call source, which really got Howard.
Hey, bro, just to back up the Yashima and then what you had mentioned as well. Now the word animal goes back to animate, which means living. You know, or anima, which means breath or soul, a current of air. So everything is living, basically.
That's right.
You know, what they call animals. They live it, you know.
For lack of better words, Esau despiritualized everything.
Yeah.
He makes everything a thing. But he doesn't recognize it as a life force. And I notice when you despiritualize something or you dehumanize something, it makes it easier to kill.
Yeah, basically, you take the Heavenly Father out the picture.
Yep.
You know, because you keep the Heavenly Father at the forefront, then you have like you're more careful with how you treat life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why the earth is out of course.
Yeah.
Because they placed the Most High in this faded background that's on the back burner, that's behind the scene, that's behind a curtain, that's invisible, that's not noticeable, that's not spoken of, right?
Going back into let favor be shown unto the wicked, yet he would not learn righteousness, man. Esau came and saw how Gad was doing things. We constantly, the favor Esau is being shown out to people constantly. When you look it up, it goes into mercy. You know what I'm saying? We constantly show him mercy and try to show him the right way, and he still haven't learned righteousness this whole time. Not even just something simple as taking care of the earth. Not even by treating us right. You know what I'm saying? Just take care of the earth. You know, treat the earth right, man. But it's not in him to do that. This is what, just that alone ought to show our people who this guy is. You know that we ain't got to make it about us, which it's about us too. But just how you take care of nature in general.
Yeah, and you can call yourself teaching the right way, but he can't get right.
Huh?
You know, you go back to the Maccabean period. You know, John Hyrcanus. You can train these people, but it ain't in them. You know,
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Yep.
What are they estranged from? The laws of Yahweh. You know, Esau was that bad friend in a group. It's like, nah, let's go do this shit right here. Let's go knock down these telephone poles. That's Esau.
Yeah.
That's why every philosophy is what? Rebellion.
Yeah.
He call it liberalism or progressionalism, but it's really rebellion.
Yeah, it's so easy to go on a shooting spree, just no regard for life.
Yep.
Like it's just a fucking video game. You know, just go out and shoot people, man.
Yep.
You know?
And it's a microcosm of what you do globally. You have a war spree. You know, brothers did brought out articles of how many wars has taken place since this man has been in power, man.
There's always a war going on. They call it a Cold War, but Esau has wars going on 24/7. Hey, because with him being the wicked, there's no peace inside of him. Even the scriptures say there's no peace unto the wicked. But you go into the Psalms, Esau, Edom, before he even lays down and go to sleep, he's already conspiring of a wicked scheme to conduct the next day.
I remember doing 9/11, man. Edomites were so excited to go to war. Oh, they was like, "We love you, Bush!" Yeah. Like they different with it, man. It's like you said, war is in their heart,
It's
man.
in them, bro.
Yeah.
And they glorify when so-called who's the guy that they so-called killed in the game. Osama bin Laden, you know, they glorified in the killing of slaves. You know what I'm saying? But we're not supposed to seek compensation for what Esau and Edom had done to Gad, what Esau and Edom had done to so-called African American here in America.
Yeah. And they still want to bring up the Holocaust. Make another goddamn Anne Frank movie. You know?
I think more people died in Black Wall Street massacre than the 9/11 trade towers, man.
I was thinking about that earlier when you were talking about the council. Like you say, we always talk about how they want you to depend on them. We had our own schools, our own doctors. They didn't want to share a water fountain. We had a whole different community.
Man,
They
we-
came and bombed us.
And we had Ferris Street. That was Jake Rand. Jackson was Jake Rand, man. He took that from us, man.
Chemtrail, there we go, man. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Everything
what-
speaks for itself, right? Go ahead,
This is Habakkuk 2:14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
So now the earth is filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord now, man.
Yes,
So
man.
now we understand the full spectrum of everything, man. Going into nature, going into, you know what I'm saying, how this body's supposed to be governed, going to how the people supposed to be governed, the earth, you know, how everything is supposed to be treated as a whole, man. So now the earth is filled with the knowledge of the Lord for real, man. Go ahead, bro. And go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
As the waters cover the sea,
Right, as the water, go ahead.
woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also.
So even though we caught up into some of these ways that we going into Esau, Edom put this on us, man. He taught us this. We learned this from him.
Yeah.
Because we go into our heritage and culture, we knew how to take care of the earth. We knew what we was doing. You know?
He's the real thug, the real
Right.
criminal.
Come. You know?
The real nigga.
The real nigga, yeah.
So he ain't getting away with it, because some of our people, I like to say, well, we gotta blame ourselves. We blame ourselves all the time. We do.
Yeah.
But in order to get rid of the problem, you gotta get to the root of the problem. You can cut the tree down, but if you're gonna go, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna solve the equation, you start in the middle. You know what I'm saying? No, you gotta start at the top of the equation. You gotta break it all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Until you get, and then, oh, this the root of the problem. When you get the root of the problem, that's how you eliminate the problem. When it all boils down to it, Esau is the root of all the problems on earth. It tell you that. Call him the border of wickedness, you know?
And he gotta be uprooted.
Right, come.
And y'all mentioned the Maccabees.
Right.
That was their first.
When he was multiplied in the earth.
Yep. Doesn't a council start out small?
Yeah,
The council
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
So Philip of Macedon, that was their first council. Then they developed to Alexander, then the Grecian Empire,
Boy, he pulled up.
Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Then the council got plucked during the Septimian Severus
Yeah, yeah,
reign.
yep.
Then the council came back during the Renaissance.
Right.
The rebirth, man.
Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also,
Right.
that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
You'll get on Jeremiah 51, where I left that verse 6 over.
Thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also.
See, so now America, and who runs America? The so-called white man, the Edomites, now is being filled with shame for glory, because America was looked at as a glorious land at one time. But now it's being filled with shame, man. You got look at the mindset of the people, just that alone, man. You know, but the crop, when you go to the grocery store, all the produce coming from other countries. You know what I'm saying? You already know everything in America straight GMO, man. You know what I'm saying? They got some organic stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the land is depleted of the nutrients, so you really getting no nutrients from the soil of this land anyway.
It didn't say organic, but then it still be so big. It ain't supposed to be that damn big, man.
Well, you mentioned earlier they don't keep the land savage.
Right.
So the earth never had a reset in 500 years.
You see, the reason why Esau had to come up with the GMOs, it goes back to the curse whether the Lord campaign.
Yeah.
The earth should not yield her fruits unto you. So it's all through the spirit, man. So we understand who this guy is. And we understand who we are. Go ahead.
And let thy foreskin be uncovered.
See, so now Esau being exposed, man. Build this Bible that everybody have in their house. All we doing is reading the scriptures of the Bible and identify the people who it's talking about. It's getting the characteristics of everybody in the Bible. Go ahead.
The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
So what is the cup of the Lord right hand? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is the word, man. So now this word is just being revealed. It's being put into you. And now it's shown Esau don't want no part of this.
Yeah. The Lord put a spotlight on it.
Right, come.
Because ultimately, it's the Lord. The Lord put that spotlight on your ass, man.
Right.
To your wickedness in the earth.
The
You know?
eyes. Hey, the Most High used great millstone to expose eyes. You know, like the movie The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
I got this from Elder Apostle Gabar, because Toto, the word Toto actually has a meaning. But that dog name was Toto. But it was Toto that went behind the eyes and showed that it was the little guy behind the eyes. So Edomite supremacy, that's nothing but the eyes of the earth. He's that wizard. And he eyes them, so he deified himself. So for a long period of time, the whole earth was shaken by him.
Wow, man.
That's why when that eyes effect dissipated, he said in Isaiah, is this the man that made the earth the truth? Because that God-like effect he had is gone now, man.
And all it takes is the truth, man.
Right.
This truth. The truth is what's setting us free, man, because he ran everything through lies and deceitfulness, man.
Right.
Now, like the truth is exposing him. This all it takes, though. This is what it says is gonna make us free, right? This is what's liberating us right here. This truth.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee.
These are for the violence of Lebanon. Lebanon goes back into one of the main spots where we got trees from, the Cedars of Lebanon, man. They actually got a street called Cedars of Lebanon here.
Yeah.
Why though? Because Esau, he know the structure of what was going on this side and this side, man. So he really tried to do everything like according to the east of this side. Like he got Memphis and Egypt and the Mississippi run up like the Nile. So Esau was naming everything according to, cause you can tell there was a spot where, and I bet you that Cedar Wood over there, I guarantee you. He named neighborhoods like Shady Oaks. That land full of oak trees, big oak trees. You know what I'm saying? You use that wood for building a house, barbecuing. You know what I'm saying? Use that wood for all types of things. So when Esau named certain stuff, go ahead, right? He named it because that's what it is.
You know, Apostle brought out, I think it was Mouthpiece our God. Canada means volcano.
Yeah, it does. It's the fourth Canaan. Yeah, right. A kind of the dot, the fourth character, like the fourth Canaan, Canaan.
Wow.
Right.
So like showing you like this is like the new land of Canaan.
Yeah.
Really Palestine.
Yeah.
That's why it's really North Central South America. Paradise.
That's why the tribes treated it that way when they came over. You know?
That's why they chose it, because they was already coming. Solomon, you know what I'm saying?
they
They
knew
knew
about
Solomon was sending the navy. He's sending us over here to overlook when them Hamites was coming to get certain resources.
That's how they knew where to go.
But it also said that was it Issachar was the expert with the stars?
Yeah.
So that's not hard to fathom that he sent Issacharites over here, Northern Kingdom, Gad, who are already astrologers.
Right. And then they like that South America, like you said, where Brazil, where Ash said that they chose the best land, man, with all the trees, the Amazon, you know. They was right, they was plotting it out. Go ahead, bro.
For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee,
See, for the violence of Lebanon, go ahead.
and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid.
Right, man, to spoil the beast, man. He goes to that side of the world, bring beasts over here, you know what I'm saying, lock them up. You doing everything against nature, man. You know, you got the animals, you got everybody in captivity, man. Oxy charging us for energy. You know what I'm saying? But then, that's one of the reasons why they had to take out Nikola Tesla.
Yep.
He proved the way that everybody can get free energy. You know what I'm saying? But then it's the Iranian scientists done the same thing years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a way where everybody can get free energy. You don't gotta pay no bills. Go ahead,
No, they sent the hit out on that Jake Dell security guard and came up with that engine that can run on water. Come on, man.
That's what the grocery store shit was about, right?
Yeah, they sent the hit out. Then everybody else was like a red herring. Let's kill everybody, but they was targeting him. Because he created the engine that can run off water.
Y'all know what he's talking about, right? Yeah, come on. I heard
In Buffalo, New York.
Oh, I'm thinking about
It was out of, I want to say Buffalo, New York. On that mass shooting, that grocery store mass shooting. That Edomite, he was like 18.
I remember that.
And he hit up all those elders in the store, those senior citizens. But the main target was this Jake Security. That he invented an engine that could run off water.
Yep.
And I want to mention another Jake. Sometimes I want to say it on camera because they still alive. So I ain't gonna even say nothing, man.
Right.
You know? Because Jake out here invent shit. Because I believe Nikola Tesla is a Jake. You know?
But yeah, if what you're doing isn't consistent with this grid that they got in play and what they ultimately about to set up, they gonna off you, man.
Yeah.
You know, just like they got that famous quote by these different lesser luminaries: in the future you will own nothing and be happy with it. And guess what? Everything you get is gonna be rationed to you. And see, we the crazy guys. Wait and see, man. You know?
You got the credit system.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't own anything with the credit system. You got planned obsolescence. So you're gonna buy it, it's gonna break, and you're gonna buy it again. You know? Like you said, the MOTB,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, where they deduct so many credits by you purchasing this thing, and that prophecy is gonna be real, and it's gonna scare the shit out you Israelites. They've been talking shit, you know, like the beloved Apostle Hart been saying, when E set up these Karagma stations, you gonna see just a long ass lines of Jake down the street taking it, and in the spirit you can see it, because that's the next major prophecy. It has to happen before we get up out of here, man. You know, but they gotta collapse the society first.
They gave you a trial run already in 2020.
Yeah, it's a 2020 vision. You know, if you couldn't see what this man was doing clearly by that time, cause they shut down the world. And it was planned, you know, but that was a shutdown. Then you seeing life come out again, you know, animals we ain't seen in a long time, because everybody else, you know, like mankind was inside, you know. But see, they gonna do that again, and that next big one, that's gonna be the one, and things will never be the same, man. You know. But now you got it, bro. Salaki.
It was a movie they put on Netflix. I think it's called What Happened to Monday or What Happened to Sunday.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
I forget.
It was Monday. Yeah. Yeah, because you had all those sisters. Well, how you say the sixlets?
Yeah, the six couplets.
Yeah. You know, and they all had like a name of the day of the week or something.
They did told them, your name, you know, to go out there dead week. They
Yeah.
all had to look the same.
Yeah.
They look the same. Right.
Yeah. And during that time, they represented us in that one world system.
Right.
Like it was already set up, you know? You got it, bro.
That's it on there.
Okay.
Yeah, finish
I
that.
got that 51.
Because of men's blood and for the violence of the land of the city.
See, because of men's blood and the violence of the land in the city, man. So Esau, everything, man. The nature, the animals, man. You know what I'm saying? He just like what he comes with. It just destroys life in general. It's why eventually he gonna have to be taken out of the way, man. But you gonna get to Isaiah 14, you gotta say the earth seen when he is put down, the earth is at rest, it's quiet, you know what I'm saying? Everything gonna go back go back into its natural form. Go ahead.
You saw an example of that going back to 2020. The deer outside on the streets,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, you see penguins and stuff?
Penguins, like, you know, just globally, like animals was outside chilling, man.
Yeah, bro.
And of all that dwell therein.
And of all that dwells therein, man. So it's just about understanding, and this man fit the characteristics of doing this. Esau, Edom, which you got other nations follow him like China as far as pollution. But the scriptures tell you that. Woe to Asia who decked herself like Babylon. Basically, you got the Isaiah 14.
I got 51.
You got Isaiah 14. Go ahead.
All right. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Believe thou the bitch of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity.
See, so you gotta come out of this place mentally, spiritually, man. You can't be in the mindset of America that you're gonna be cut off in her iniquity. You gotta understand what's happening right here, man. If you don't come out of America mentally, you know what I'm saying, the way America thinks, you gonna follow everything she come with. Like your brother was going into that Karaja, all the stipulations that come with her, the image of the beast, you gonna follow. So you gotta come out of her, your mind got to be renewed by this word.
I'll rise you from the dust.
Come.
The confusion of Babylon.
Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
This is the time of the Lord's vengeance that we coming into, man. You know, it's still the mercy. The door of mercy is still open right now. Go ahead.
He will render unto her a recompense.
Right. So he gonna render unto her a recompense. He been saving the best for last. That's why even in Revelation 18 it say, and Babylon came into remembrance.
Yep.
So he just letting it build up. You know what I'm saying? Her sins reached up to heaven, man.
Yep.
Which literally, but it goes to it can't be measured. How they say sky's the limit. That's the wickedness of Babylon, man. The sky's the limit. You know, go
Where they
ahead.
say, I've headed up to here or something like that.
Yeah. It's just like he did Egypt, though.
Yeah.
You know, he allowed Egypt to heap sin upon sin upon sin, and he played them up into completion just to save us.
Most High for the long suffering.
I got another one. Oh, yeah, verse 7. All right, Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken.
See, so the Lord was using America to make all the earth drunk, to come up with all these different things, man. You know, China was the test dummy for everything America wanted to do, like we was going to the whole social credit with all the, they used China, they used Moab as a test dummy. Let them use on all them busy people they got, see how it's gonna run. So they could, cause they were shipping everything to China, it built China economy up, of course. But at the same time, they weren't worried about that. They were using that for a test run at the system that they want to implement.
Just like in that movie, 13 Sins, where they had that one Edomite doing all them different missions, they get that money, deposit in his bank account, and he ran to that one guy that told him, you don't want to mess with these people, they're the financial equivalent of gods. That's how we speak about how the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, who's in the heavens, there's not one thing that he doesn't control on the earth. Edom, they want to be he is on the earth. Like when you deal with these different nations, they control them. It may seem like Moab, and and you see Ishmael, like it may seem like they're doing their own thing. Nah. They're being funded. They're set up to do what they're doing, man. You know? Babylon have been the golden cup in the Lord's hand that have made all the earth drunken. The nations are drunken of the wine, therefore the nations are angry.
Right, and so therefore the nations are angry, man. You know, so even the nations starting to realize, man, we took all this money from her, we done all this, but she got our land polluted. She got, you know what I'm saying, all this because of the nations, even though they was wicked, man, they wasn't with all the against nature and, you know what I'm saying, the whole alphabet community, because even like Japan, they want America #1 ally. Japan, like, when they try to push that alphabet community to it, they like, nah, America's made for man and woman, and we ain't, you know what I'm saying, it's certain standards that they still hold, man. So now the nations, but that's going to Obadiah, all that ally with you, they deceive you. So all they were doing was they knew they couldn't beat you at the time, so they joined you. Until now, they've been backdooring, taking up parables against America, trying to figure out a way to bring her down, and this the time that we at, man.
Yeah, so like the word is mad, not angry.
Right,
You know?
and that word mad goes into mentally unstable. You know what I'm saying? I say a madman.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it drove them crazy. I mean, like man, like you become a madman, you
Right.
know. So it pretty much turned them out.
Yeah, like lunatic.
It made them lunatic, man. Because there's no way you got Moab and Ammon. They're to the point where the men are having sex robots, you know, and they women all into careers. But that's Babylon that did that, man.
That's like Nana said earlier. That's inconsistent with nature. It's inconsistent with existence. The Most High got systems put in place so we can always reproduce ourselves. Man, woman, create son, daughter. They go out find spouses and recreate that man-woman paradigm, man. But if you get sex dolls and sex robots, and this woman has her career and she gets her little tools tied, and her career to her husband. All right, and then I think it's Tokyo, Japan. From like 2008 to 2015, their population declined 1 million because the women went towards their career and the men had to go towards robots.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, they all addicted to porn and stuff.
Yep. So their population declined 1 million,
Yeah.
1 million people because of westernization.
And you know, Edom is at the helm of it because you look at all the little anime cartoons, they model after crackers. Like they model after Edomites. You know, you got Moab and Ammon, they want to get the eye whitening surgeries,
Yep.
blue eyes.
The eyes water.
Yeah, they have blonde hair because they want to be like Eve.
And that blue is nothing but you have no melanin in your eyes. So you can see the blue veins behind your iris.
Yep.
You got natural shades.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But they make that the beauty of the earth.
The beauty of the earth. Not having melanin is the beauty of the earth.
Yeah, that's insane.
But if you're an Israelite with albinism, then that's a known disorder. But basically you're a race with albinism, and now that's the standard of beauty.
Yeah.
Because Jakes with albinism, they have blue eyes and green eyes. They have blonde hair. But now when somebody with albinism has blonde hair, that's known, and that's a lack of pigmentation. But a whole race has that. Oh, that's the beauty. It's beauty. Like, come on, man.
And there's more proof that they come from us.
Yep.
Like you have, a few Jakes that have that's gonna stick out.
Yep.
You know, but you can't be deficient and produce, that, like just off the bat. You know?
Recessive genes can even produce dominant genes, but that's your eyes. That James Bond, so-called white Jesus,
Yeah.
that Edomite supremacy sorcery you push, that's your eyes. Like we're the standard of beauty. That's part of your eyes also. You know, the eyes you have an eyes effect on the earth. Because really, you're just a plain leper. You're just like a clean leper that's weird walking the earth, man.
Hey, you had the Michael Jackson version. It's called The Wiz.
Oh, yeah.
Wiz is like wizard. And because also you in a sorcery, man. That was you did witchcraft on earth by putting your image on.
And that media.
Yep.
That's your one. The TV, man. No, the TV. Hollywood is the source of sorcery, man.
Boy, the Hollywood.
That's just one, and he's waving over the
Yeah.
whole earth, man.
Yeah, brother.
Idioms.
It's the frequency. That's that frequency you putting out throughout the whole.
That's it.
Read down verse 10.
Okay, I got you. All right, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Help for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed.
See, that word falling goes into losing her influence, You know what I'm saying? It's falling, so it ain't no sudden thing. You know what I'm saying? When something falling, it's falling. So Babylon is just declining. You know, until eventually, like you said, what it's gonna come death, mourning, and famine, and then she gonna be utterly burnt with fire. So it's a process of her falling, man. Yeah.
Now it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country.
So for all you people, look, we say pray for the land and the Most High shall have mercy on you. You see this what it said about Babylon? That was talking about Israel, by the way. Because people was putting them scriptures up doing the whole pandemic, you know what I'm saying? It was putting them scriptures up, pray for the land, the Lord shall have mercy. Doing First Chronicles and stuff. They was talking about the land of Israel. They was talking about us, okay? They wasn't talking, but we see what this talking about America right here. She would not be healed. Go ahead.
Yeah, he even signs, people driving in their car, pray for Ukraine.
Right.
You know, the Lord only cares about the prayers of the saints for the elect.
That's right.
Even with Trump, what Trump said, make America great again, what Biden build back better, it's not gonna be healed. You know?
Yeah, bro.
That let you know it's falling though, for them to say, make her great again, or build back but stronger or better. She is falling, America is declining. You got it. Right. So it says like, she being exposed. It said it was a golden cup from the outside. But when the people got over here, it was full of filthiness and abominations.
I've had foreigners tell me that. I've been talking to people from like Africa or different countries. I'm like, so what do you think about America? I was like, America was really good at promoting herself.
Right.
Wow. Like, you know how you put those filters on Instagram?
Yeah.
Like they all about that. They all about that little ticket she sold. Yep.
All right, now it says, forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches unto heaven.
See, so her judgment, this goes into the multitude of her sins, man. It's unlimited, man. It reaches into heaven, even though they in the heavens, you know what I'm saying, with wickedness. Her this goes to the measure of her wickedness. You got it?
And it's lifted up even to the skies.
So it said, let every man, all these other nations gonna start getting up out of here. And the Israelites, man, we coming out with, we going back to our home by remembering it. You know what I'm saying? Remembering ourselves, coming back into these laws, statutes, and commandments. The Lord gonna come take us back physically. Yeah. Verse 10.
Now it says, verse 10, the Lord hath brought forth our righteousness.
See, the Lord have brought forth our righteousness now, man. In the midst of all the chaos, in the midst of Babylon falling, he got the remnant right there. He brought forth our righteousness, so we understand it all, man. Go ahead.
Come and let us declare in Zion.
This is what we doing, declaring to our people, man.
That's right, bro.
The Lord brought forth our righteousness. Go ahead.
The work of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, our power.
This is all the work of the Heavenly Father right here. Yahweh by Shem Yahushai.
That's
Go
it, bro.
ahead. Let's start at verse 4 and read down to where the earth is quiet there.
This book is Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased?
Right.
The golden city ceased.
Right.
Yahweh Yahushai hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler.
Right. Build this word, man. Build this word we putting out. Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nation in anger is persecuted.
Because this word is really burning the elites up, man. This who is getting to the most, man. The way they gonna send the hit squad out like, look, go kill that great insurrection against all those who fear the Lord to keep the commandments. They gonna be like, that's enough. They can't take it. Go ahead, bro. But that's when the Lord gonna lift up their standard too. You go ahead, bro.
And none hinder.
Right.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
So the whole earth is gonna be at rest and quiet when Edom is taken out of power. The staff of the wicked is broken. Go ahead.
They break forth into singing.
Right, the whole earth, man, the people, nature in general, you know, every living thing, y'all say everything with the living spirit of the Most High, it's gonna get back to just flourishing, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yet the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us.
Right, man, because when the tree breathes out, we breathe in. And the tree breathes out, and we breathe in, man. Go ahead.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. And stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth.
So this represents him falling from that high, like falling from heaven, that high power CDN, it gonna be brought down to the ground, man, to the earth.
And ultimately, all nations, they going down too.
Come.
You know, because we was in the 11 to 18 earlier, you know, what we started out with. It says the time of the dead, they should be judged. The dead are the other nations. But he's going to be the lowest of the low. Just like the Israelites, you know, our people, we at the bottom of the totem pole in this society, that side's going to be in the kingdom. You going to be at the bottom of the caste system, boy. You know?
Proudly.
Yeah, man.
Proudly. Produce hands and feet of our empires, man.
That's it, brother.
You don't want this brother in power, man. You don't want other stock over you, man.
Oh, boy.
She.
We tedious.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You a rare breed.
Because what's gonna be torture to Esau in the kingdom? Just making him do the right thing is gonna torture him.
Yeah, it's gonna torture
That's gonna be the most torture to
bro.
him, man.
Yeah.
You can't do wickedness. He gonna be tortured by that, man. Even though he gonna be in captivity, he gonna torture you with the commandments, man.
right,
You can't
bro.
do this, he gonna be tortured, man. He gonna want to die, man. Let's take me out of here, man.
And the proof of what you're saying, as soon as those preachers came into power, they came out with their democracy.
Huh.
No, we finna wild out, man.
Right.
Yeah, brother.
You know?
It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
So this is what the other nations who been in cahoots with you, that the name of Israel be no more remembrance, man. They gonna come to their mind now and be like, damn, you wasn't a big dog like we thought you was, and you weak as us now. Why you weaker than us now? Because we gonna have these taskmasters over you. That's right. They gonna get some payback. They gonna get some payback on you in the kingdom, man. Via us, you know. Go ahead, bro.
Art thou become like unto us?
Right. See, go. Read on.
Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The
That
word-
pump goes into their pride. And you read it with the Obadiah. You know, so the pride of his heart has deceived him.
Right. Inflated.
Hubris.
The worm is spread under thee, and the worm cover thee.
Right. So Esau is going, that worm is spread under thee, going back into what was the curse for the serpent. And the dust should be thy food, man.
Yeah.
So you finna go all the
Hey,
way
what-
back into that lower
And
state.
so if I can add, basically, permanent infrastructure, right? You know, but they can be in a lower state because a lot of you Christians, you want to use that and apply that to hell. Ain't talking about no hell.
And they're gonna show you your empire is decaying.
Yeah.
It's a decay. Like they built a collapse in Florida some years back. You know, like I said, the infrastructure.
Yeah, just train derailments.
Yeah.
This bitch decomposing, you know, in this place.
It's decomposing, bro. And that's just a physical example of what's going on morally, spiritually,
Yeah,
financially.
yeah.
It's a decay.
Yep. And then it says your gold and silver is cankered.
Yep.
You know, everybody's getting away from the US dollar.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
The value's going down. Inflation is the highest it's ever been. Like you can't get around the apostles coined it years ago, circling the drain. Like you can't get around seeing this turd, which is Babylon the Great, just going around and round and round before it goes through the chutes. If you can't see it, you're purposely making yourself blind to it.
That means you circling too. You can't see it because you circling. You in that train, you know?
We're gonna let you close out here, but he going right here and let you know he who says in his heart, I am, and there is none other in the same, on down. Then it said, he who made the world a wilderness, man. You know, isn't that right? He's right. You know, in that same chapter, man.
But going back to all the bombings,
Come right,
you
right.
know? Man,
Is this the man that shook kingdoms, that made the world a wilderness, man? This is what the so-called white man was all about. You know, you got it.
so with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kadosh.
Number underscore elder apostles, elder bishops, great millstone rebel. Peace and blessings, health and abundance, and I stay with the elect. Baba Baba.
Baba Baba.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.